Hi. Miniop, say hi. What a good girl. Yeah. So I've put together a bit of a bird watching video by putting my camera outside in the feeding area. I just wanted to film the birds doing their thing. And we've got a lot of different types of birds visiting now. It's not just the king parrots. We've got Rosellas, we've got Cockatoos, we've got little Corellas, Galahs. We've also got the Long-Billed Corellas. They don't come very often. But the Cockatoos can be an issue, so that's why I extended their cage feeder so that the little birds can eat in peace, because the Cockatoos can be real bullies sometimes and will try to attack the smaller birds and pull out their tail feathers, and it just gets real nasty. So by extending the cage feeder, they've got lots more space and it acts as sort of like a filtration system. So the little birds can pass through, but the Cockatoos can't get in, and they get heckin' mad about it. I'd also like to do a quick sprite update. The king parrot that we rescued and released recently, he actually lasted 2 months out in the wild before he got sick. He caught psittacosis, so we took him in again and we treated him for psittacosis for 45 days, and then we've released him again and he's doing well. He still comes to visit us every day, but he's not hanging around all the time, which is a good sign because that means he's actually getting out there in the wild and surviving and finding food himself. Speaking of sick birds in general, I have seen a few here or there outside that do appear to be sick, and the way that you can tell is from their droppings. If their droppings look discoloured, like runny or green, that's not a good sign, and you should definitely clean the feeding area if you're noticing sick birds hanging around. One virus in particular to look out for in the area that I live is Psittacine beak and feather disease. You will see cockatoos infected with this sometimes, and they'll have a really long beak, or their crest feathers will be missing, and they don't usually hang around for long because they usually die due to secondary infections. Unfortunately, with Psittacine beak and feather disease, there's not anything you can do. It's highly contagious, but you can't cure it. Unfortunately, in the area where I live, there are a lot of cases of Psittacine beak and feather disease. That's why it's just super important to keep your feeding areas clean if you are feeding the wild birds. I make sure I wash mine every day. So some of the methods that I use to clean the bird feeding area include using a leaf blower to clear out the debris, or a pressure washer to make sure there's no droppings laying around that could potentially be contaminated. I use F10 vet grade disinfectant to spray down all the feeders. I also have a very hardcore disinfectant called Virkon S, and that's the only one that I've found to be effective against Psittacine beak and feather disease. I also refresh the birds' water every single day and put a few drops of Colloidal Silver in there, which has natural antibacterial properties. I talked to the local wildlife rescue about using Colloidal Silver, and they said they use it a lot too, so tick of approval there. Fun fact: Colloidal Silver is often marketed as a treatment option for birds with beak and feather disease. also have a couple of kookaburras visiting us lately, and one of them in particular has been visiting us for a very long time and recently brought all 3 of his family members along, and now he's more confident and comes up to us for food when he didn't used to get close to us at all. Oh, and a break from birds for a sec. We've actually had a few kangaroos visiting our backyard as well, and a couple of them have little babies, little joeys in their pouches, and one of the joeys was so cute. It was trying to hop around its mum out of the pouch, and it was so cute. And lastly, a Miniop update. We are still doing a little bit of training here and there, teaching her new tricks. I'll obviously have to post a video once I make more progress with that. But one thing that I really want to achieve with Miniop is harness training, because I would really love to get her in a harness so I can take her outside without having to be in the birdie backpack. I think she'd love that. If you enjoy this type of content, or birds, or drones, please consider subscribing to my channel, because I will be making similar videos in the future that you might enjoy. Plus, it's free, so you really don't have anything to lose by subscribing. And you get to see Miniop. She's pretty cute. Bye.